Hello, and welcome to Palindrome ASMR. Today I'm going to be continuing a series of mine called Help Me Write a Book. What I am doing is I am reading aloud the book that I have written so that you guys can critique me. And I am also relaxing you at the same time, because reading aloud is very relaxing, and apparently it's very relaxing, which is what I just said. But I'll be asking for your input, and I will be editing when I need to edit, and I will be explaining my edits. So currently my story is 22,000 words long. I plan on it being over 100,000 words long, so I am about 1/5 of the way done, maybe 1/6 of the way done. I started this story about a week and a half ago. I've been thinking about it a lot. Normally I would be further than this if I spent this much time on it, but yeah, that is yeah, a moment of silence, because you know what, I'm gonna go grab a soda. Just a minute. I have with me a soda. I'll be drinking this. Sorry if that was loud. I drink a lot of soda. I drink a horrendous amount of soda, and by horrendous I mean horrendous. 6 or 7 cans a day. I can finish off a 2-liter bottle in about 3 hours. I've done it. It's all diet soda though, so it's that is my excuse. It's just diet soda. What harm can it do? Says me 10 years later when I'm suffering from aspartame cancer, whatever cancer aspartame causes. Although Diet Pepsi doesn't have aspartame in it anymore. It has Splenda, which is sucralose. See, it even says, now aspartame free. Let's see. Now aspartame free. It's a nice sound. I think I'll be making this a hybrid video. I'll be reading aloud sometimes. I'll be tapping on things at other times. Maybe I'll tap while I read. I don't know, but if I get the feeling to do some ASMR stuff, I'll do some ASMR stuff. If I get the feeling to read, I'll read. And you can read along with me. If it's too blurry, then, I mean, I'm looking at it now, and it doesn't look that blurry. It looks like you can read it. So, yeah. The video of me here is not part of this OBS 64, which is a great program, by the way. It's actually overlaid over an infinite stream. So what happens when you record your recording software through your display is that look, I'll show you. I'll show this to you. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Anyways, so what happened, I'm not impressed by infinite streams anymore, because for 5 years I practiced Taekwondo 3 times a week for an hour and a half in a room where both walls were mirrors. And so I've stared at an infinite series of myself for longer than most of you have looked in a mirror in your entire lives. Anyways, a moment of sensuousness. So what happens is Toby, the summary of the story so far, is Toby was given a ribbon and a dress by her parents. And that's pretty much it. That's it. That's the first chapter. She's given a ribbon and a dress, and there is a mysterious egg on a shelf. And now she is washing the egg. So Toby watched the egg in her hands, waiting for the next crack to appear. It was 2 days after her birthday. She had noticed the cracks a day ago while she was dusting the house. The egg had simply appeared in her room not one day, not long ago, and Toby had been fascinated. Let's add some comments there. Yeah, that flows better. Commas are often optional. And these commas are optional. But I stumbled there when I was reading it aloud. Yeah, it flows good when I read it silently, and it flows good when I read it aloud. The egg had simply appeared in her room one day, not long ago, and Toby had been fascinated with it and brought it to her father. Her father had examined it and pronounced it infertile, and then proceeded to explain what the word meant. So Toby kept it simply because it was pretty, and because her father said that it might taste good for lack of anything else. But now it was hatching. What was inside? That was a mystery that Toby could not solve. With the egg being infertile, it wasn't supposed to hatch. This was just supposed to be tasty goop inside that, when cooked, would turn into even more tasty goop. That was what eggs were for, right? And yet here the egg was, hatching. Another crack appeared, and then another. Here's the big reveal. The top popped off, and the most disgusting thing that Toby had ever seen slid out of the shell, and in one moment it jumped into her chest and burrowed through her and into her lungs. She could feel it moving. There was no pain, no feeling other than the pressure of that little thing exerted on her breathing. Let's change that into a witch. That and witch are often interchangeable. They have different connotations, but the same denotation. Witch sounds a little bit more formal. It's a little bit classier than that, but that, it flows better. Witch kind of stops up the reader, but witch and that are interchangeable, which is interesting about the English language. How many interchangeable words there are. I'm not sure if this is true for the other other languages other than English, but there are always a lot of words for one thing with different connotations. With grammatically and contextually the same implications, but different connotations. So I had story time. I had a really interesting teacher, professor at college. The first thing he said, the first thing he did, the first day of class, was psychoanalyze the class. He was so hyper. He was like a freaking, like, you know how in cartoons you give someone caffeine and they go woo. But that was him the entire class time. Like, one time he got distracted by someone's shoelace and he was like, well, you know, psychology is about, oh my god, those are some awesome shoelaces. Dude, nice. And he's like, psychology is about, and he just continues talking. And he kept being distracted by people walking by. He would be like, you know, the thing about this is that, oh, hey, John, how are you doing? And then he would just continue like nothing had happened. And he psychoanalyzed the class. He was like, you guys are, you should tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. It's crazy. Anyways, back to the book. She could feel it moving. There was no pain, no feeling other than the pressure which the little thing exerted on her breathing. She hadn't gotten a really good impression of the thing, and so she couldn't tell what it had looked like, but it had been more like a caterpillar than anything else. A force ripped into Toby's mind. Her entire being was torn from her body, and all she could suddenly, her entire being was torn from her body, and she could suddenly feel a river of energy, a rushing torrent of all-powerful magic that they instantly recognized as the river of life, the source of all souls, and the thing that had burrowed deep into her chest was connected to it. She could feel it squiggling, climbed up her neck, through her spine, and lashed onto the back of her brain. She could feel an intelligence, infantile, but greater than her own by 1,000 times. This intelligence started to wrap around her mind. Suddenly, Toby understood things, not just small things like what was happening to her, but bigger things about the nature of the universe and the relationships between people. Politics, nature, religion, physics, and math, all of it was open to her. And there was something else open to her, magic. She knew it as such now. The word was there, floating in her mind. All she had to do was grab it. But she couldn't reach it, not yet. It was there, guiding her, changing her from the inside out, but it wasn't ready for her yet. She wasn't ready for it. Sleep, child. A voice spoke in her head. It came from outside her body. She knew it did, but she couldn't locate the source. Was it the creature that had invaded her? She couldn't tell. It seemed much larger than what had just happened to her, an intelligence of huge power and great wisdom. Suddenly she could see, not with her eyes, but with her mind. The whole world lit up with bright colors, too many colors for her to understand at once, and she could hear the voices of 100 people, as if they were speaking their innermost thoughts, and she could listen in and know what they were thinking. She heard her parents. They were the closest. I hope Toby enjoys that dress. I really do. Because if she doesn't, I'm going to punish her. I spent everything on it. Her father. I don't know why I did that. Why did I spend so much money? Why can't I spend some more money on myself? God, I can't take this anymore. Why are we so poor? Damn that girl. If it wasn't for her, I would be living a much better life now. Why did I have to go and buy that ribbon? Another voice, this one her mother. I hope she loves me. She doesn't love me, does she? She has to hate me. I know she hates me. When she took that ribbon, she looked like she hated me for giving it to her. She hates me. She really, really hates me. I'm a worthless parent. They were both awake, Toby could tell. There was an afterglow of something sensual. Toby knew what it was now. It was something that had always bothered her. And she knew what it was, and she understood it and knew what it meant. She knew that it was something natural. She wasn't afraid of it. Then she became aware of every living thing, the small spiders living in the corner of the roof, the rats under the foundation. She could see through their eyes, know that they were alive, know what they were thinking even if it didn't reach the level of conscious awareness. And she realized then that she was asleep. She was awake when she was asleep. Her body, her entire physical being, was currently unconscious and breathing with the regular rhythm that was bestowed upon those who lived in the world of dreams. She had slept. Now she saw everything. She still found the creature that had been invaded her to be disgusting, but she no longer had a reaction to it that made her shudder. She accepted it as part of her being. This was the true form of mankind. The split between the body and the soul was now manifest in her experience. Under the moonlit stars, she felt the body growing stronger. Her muscles rippled with pent-up energy as the beast that had invaded her wove its web into her network of nerves. Her breathing became deeper. Her eyes became sharper. She suddenly smelled everything like it was right in front of her nose. The whole world sounded like a symphony of cacophonous objects, the breathing of the people in the next house over, the flapping of wings of the birds flying in the sky, and everything in between. She knew that a watershed moment had occurred, not just for her, but for everyone who knew her. She didn't know how, exactly, but she did know that it had happened and was now over. She stayed in her awake and sleeping state for the rest of the night, listening to the sounds of the outside world. I hope you enjoyed listening to that. I'm not exactly sure about the quality of this. I was the writer, and I can't really tell how good my writing is. I can tell that my writing is technically good. Like, technically, I can tell my writing is, it's pretty good. I can tell technically that my own writing is good, but I can't tell how the story is. I can't tell about the story. The story is it's... I can't tell. I honestly cannot tell. So if you're reading along with me, I hope you enjoyed that, reading along with me. But I'll be doing this style of video for the next couple of days. I'll be for the next couple of weeks, probably, is until I finish this book. You'll ride along with me as I write this book, and you'll comment on this. Hopefully, you're going to comment on this book, and tell me what I'm doing. What I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, anything in between. You've got opinions, comment. I'll reply to comments if I can, but YouTube sometimes doesn't let me reply to the comments of viewers. Oftentimes doesn't let me reply. I'll reply to comments, and if I can't reply to them in the comment section, I'll reply to them in the next video. Comment response style, like PBS Idea channel. They have a comment response, and oh, and if you like the current tempo of my speaking, which is kind of a lot faster than how I speak normally when I'm doing this, but anyways, I still got time left in this video. I always shoot for about 20 minutes. I always shoot for my video to be approximately 20 minutes long. If it's over 20 minutes, that's great, but I don't want to put out a video that's under 20 minutes. Because I think a video under 20 minutes won't give you enough time to relax, which is the main goal of what I'm doing here. I'm just doing this style because I've pretty much run out of things to tap on. You know, I've sort of run the course of things which I can, you know what I'll do? I'll write. Okay, so you'll hear some keyboard tapping sounds, and you'll watch me writing. I think this is a good setup on the screen. Tell me what you think about this screen setup here. You know, there's the Microsoft Word document is right there. My face is like small enough, but it's large enough that it's not too small. Because sometimes in videos like this, the face is too small. That's what I want to avoid. I don't want a too small face. Honestly, this is my 7th can of soda today. I drank most of them in the morning, and I'm drinking this one tonight. I'm gonna stay up late, pretty late tonight. 5 more, yelled Toby, jumping down to meet Silver in the street. Silver ran alongside Toby as they headed to the other side of town. Silver ran alongside Toby as they headed to the other end of town, where the last mechs were fighting against the city guard. Silver was running at the speed of a normal human, so Toby had to slow her pace to match his. However, Silver was a fast runner for a human, and they made it to the other side of the city in a couple of minutes. It was too late for many people who had already. Let's think of that. Too late for many people who had already suffered the horrors of the invasion. I keep using sprinted, but she darted ahead the last Asunder. I don't know if I should use Asunder. I don't like Asunder. It kind of stinks of overwriting. Pour it Asunder. She punched deep in the next torso. Her into the next torso with a free hand and grab the power core, gripping it out in a shower of sparks. You know, I'm trying to convey motion here. The mech collapsed, and as it hit the ground, I'm using the metric system for this book because the metric system is, I'm an American, so I should be using feet, but I just don't like using feet because feet just smacks of inaccuracy. I think the reason why I use meters instead of feet is because a game I played, a game that I once played for a long time, used the metric system. It was made by a French developer, and so all of the measurements, and there was a lot of measurements. It was a real-time strategy game where distance was very important. And so my conception of distance was really affected by the fact that I always had to keep measuring distance in my mind. I would mouse over it and it would show the distance in meters. And so I always think of distance in meters because I played this game for, a total of 500 hours on Steam. I have 500 hours on two games in the series, 3 games in the series, but I didn't play the third one very much. But 2 games of the series I played for like 300 hours each, and I was measuring, every second you had to measure the distance between your tank and the enemy's tank. So it was called War Game, European Escalation, Airline Battle, and Red Dragon. Distance is very important. Every time you targeted an enemy, it showed the distance in meters, and you had to be within a certain distance to fire. And the closer you were, the better shot you had. And so I think of my distance in meters now. And so I can't get a good conception of how far something is with feet. Without stopping, and broke into a run and kicked the feet out from underneath, just as it collapsed, Silver blasted its core into pieces with a strike of pure white light. Hope you avoided the fall. Avoided the falling trap. And targeted the next mech. The 2 of them finished the last mechs in a couple of minutes, and then the town was silent, except for the sound of burning collapsing wood. It's like I keep burping, but I was drinking soda. When you drink soda, you burp. This is how it's happened for me. That's how it happens for me. I burp a lot, because I drink a lot of soda, so I burp a lot. Let's try and throw this into the trash can. Missed! Damn it. Anyways, that's it. I hope you enjoyed me writing and reading, and give me comments on my writing style. Tell me, how am I doing? How's my writing? I've written 7 books, over 1 million words, so I should know what I'm doing. Even though none of my books have ever been published, but, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you were relaxed, at least by my speech. But, that's it. thank you for watching. See you on the other side. And buy my books. I'll link them in the description. If you like this writing style, you'll like the other books. I've written 7. Though only like 4 are available on Kindle. So that's it. And buy my books. Thanks for watching.